What are some of the, like I think of construction companies, I'm thinking about maybe inventory or equipment. What are some of the fraud that maybe you've seen in those areas? I know that may not be the area of focus that you have because you're focused a lot on the financials. But anything that you've seen there?
Yeah. So fraud. So I like to, again, by looking at how does money come into my business and how does money leave my business, one of those areas is in equipment and inventory purchases.
Right.
So I'm going to spend money to purchase equipment and inventory. And so I need to be looking at, do those things seem reasonable? Is, am I overspending? One of the craziest cases I ever read about was this guy who worked for a hospital, and he was purchasing printer toner, and he stole $35 million of printer toner from a hospital over this very long period of time. But he would over order the printer toner, and it was extremely expensive. I mean, this was years ago. I mean, printer toner is still expensive, but
Right.
10 years ago, it was really expensive. So he would take it, and then he would go sell it on eBay or wherever. And so he stole $35 million worth of toner.
Wow.
So we're really looking at anywhere that an employee, like the risk is anywhere that an employee could increase their purchasing power. So if I can over order actually one that was kind of recent that we worked with another investigator on was this guy was over ordering Apple products. So he was over ordering iPhones. And this company had a lot of people that had to have work phones. And then he started buying like really fancy iPhones and then Apple computers and all these things. And then he would go and sell those to somebody. So it was a big like ring. But that increased his purchasing power. Like, I can just order a few extra iPhones, get a few $1,000s off of these iPhones. It gets charged back to my employer.
Yeah.
It was it was close to $1 million. I think it was $700,000 or something over the time frame. So, so it can happen in equipment. It can happen in inventory. That just even theft of inventory, So I'm just always looking for how can someone increase their purchasing power. Like I like to say that accounting entries don't cash at the casino. So like I need to find a way, like how do my employees or business partners or whatever, how are they going to pay to gamble at the casino? They've got to put more money in their bank account. So it's either going to be stealing deposits as they come in or overspending in equipment that they're then taking to sell to somebody else, or they're going to just write a check to themselves, overpay themselves in payroll, or they're going to have credit card expenses that are for their benefit.